Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nerds with Friends. My name is Cody Leach, and as always, I'm joined by Christian Garcia. What's up, man?
What's up, fam?
Lots of fun stuff to talk about today. We're definitely going to be jumping into the old DC Fandome.
I honestly thought it was fandom, and then I saw it was fandome.
Yeah, and it's weird that they had a Fandome, even though it's not anywhere real, and we're all watching it from our house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I heard it was spectacular.
Yeah, I did not watch it. I just watched.
I just watched all the amazing things. That
These small, digestible clips that we can all enjoy afterwards. So, yeah, there's some really exciting stuff, and it's the first time in a long time that I've been excited
for
to talk about DC. But we will get to that in just a few moments. In the meantime, thank you for everyone who's been watching this live, or I guess not live, but YouTube videos. We have a lot of fun making them, even though it definitely tells us the limitations of our computer setup. So, new computer coming soon from Nerds with Friends. So
you'll see a brand new.
Yeah,
exactly. Probably the same logo.
Yeah, probably the same logo. God, these apples are so expensive. Apple, if you want to sponsor anyone, just send us a free computer, please.
Just one computer or a discount. And fuck it, we'll take 20% off.
20% off would be amazing. But it's definitely fun putting them together, and I hope you guys like all the little images we put up. I did sneak in the Instagram one into the last video.
Nice.
Yeah, it's sneaky. Hopefully YouTube doesn't catch it.
You got to be real good at just like pause that.
Yeah,
shit.
pause. Oop, oop, oop. I was so good at hiding it in there that like when I was scrubbing through it, I was having a hard time finding it again because I was going to send you a clip.
You know what? I'll send anyone who can get a screenshot of it and send it to us. I'll figure out something to send.
Yeah, we'll send you some Nerds with Friends stickers or something like that. But yeah, check us out on YouTube. Just search Nerds with Friends and you'll see our beautiful faces. You can also check out nerdswithfriendspodcast.com, which is where all of you can find our Instagram, our Facebook, our delicious tea, our Twitters.
Phoenix
Fit. And you can find our promo code there, nerds, and you get 15% off your order, which is really good stuff. I'm really happy with them as a sponsor. I really enjoy the stuff that I've gotten from them. You know, sleeping better, shooting more loads.
Bigger ones.
Bigger, huge loads.
Have you started measuring?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more than a mouthful.
Well, it depends on whose mouth. Let's be fair.
Well, it's my mouth. It's always my mouth. No, but it is really good stuff. Like the superfood stuff, super greens, I should say, is really fantastic. I really enjoy it, and I think you guys will like it too. But enough of all that BS. Let's talk some nerdy confessions, where we confess the things that make us nerds. What do you want to confess?
I have a two-part.
All right.
So first one. Let's see if I can see it. Can you see it?
Yep.
So I got this Gremlins Ultimate Flasher. So I don't know if you guys seen it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Boop. Is the Flasher guy. So I'm pretty sure I mentioned the podcast. Gremlins is one of my all-time favorite movies. Mm-hmm. Best Christmas movie of all time. And
incorrect. Die Hard is the best. Gremlins can be too.
They could tie in my heart.
Yeah.
Although Gremlins I still would put first. Anyway, so I got this one, and forgive me if I say the name of the company wrong. It's NECA. In my mind, I always hear it as NECA.
Yeah, I think it's NECA or Nika.
Or Nika, I don't know. I just don't like saying the first one because it sounds too close to something else. Anyway, so I love...
What up, NECA?
So I love the toys so much when I got it that I ended up getting the other three. I don't think they're collectibles. I don't think they'll be worth anything, but I don't know if you can see it on the video, but the quality is amazing.
Ooh, it is choice for sure. I'll put a picture up closer too so people can see
that's it. One.
I really like their stuff. They made the Ninja Turtles stuff like 2 years ago at Comic-Con.
I almost bought them. I do have a Predator one, I think, next year.
Yeah, the Predator one I think we showed before. They make good quality toy stuff, you know.
And they're not bad. That one was, I believe, $35.
Yeah.
And I tried to go on their website. I was trying to buy direct. I think the Gremlin ones, they don't make them anymore, so I had to buy it through Amazon. I was trying to give you guys money directly, but you guys made me buy it through Amazon.
Way to go.
I was trying to give you my money. So second part is DC related.
Yeah.
So Has nothing to do with DC Fandom. So to get in the mood for recording today, I was like, oh, I'll watch some DC stuff. And like I said before, I think DC does great cartoons, movies, not so much. So went to HBO Max and I saw...
They haven't made good movies recently.
Shazam.
Shazam was good. Wonder Woman was
villains. Wonder Woman, I enjoyed it. I just hated the fucking villain. Anyway, so I don't know if you've seen DC or Justice League Gods and Monsters.
Is it animated?
It's animated.
Then no, I have
not. So it's a different take on it.
Yeah.
So
I have a hard time getting into the animated ones because I feel like I don't watch any of their animated television shows.
You don't have to, honestly.
Yeah, but I feel like I should. And then it's like, they expect you to know all these characters' histories, and all I know is like I know them from like my DC knowledge and just.
So for this one you don't, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna want to watch this.
Okay.
I couldn't. I've never stopped a DC cartoon movie in the middle, and I couldn't continue. So.
Okay, so why would I want to watch it?
I'm gonna get to it. So, it takes as though it's back in Krypton. Zod stops. I forgot his parents' names. Anyway.
Jor-El.
Yeah, so I guess
Jor-El and Mrs. Superman.
Yeah, they couldn't have any more kids, so they figured out a way through science to have more Kryptonians. And so he stops them, and he actually puts in his semen. So instead of...
Nice.
Right. So, kid lands on Earth. And they made it so some Mexican immigrants found him. And I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm down with this. This is interesting. They made him fucking evil.
Yeah.
They made him evil.
Sounds about right.
See? And now Cody's going to watch it. And I was like, dude... Like, you could have just left it the same had it been white parents. And I'll tell you that there's one thing, dude. He would not have been evil. A Mexican mom would have fucking found some kryptonite chanclas. Chanclas are slippers for the new.
Yeah, flip-flops.
And would have fucked him up at any time he acted up.
Yeah. The kryptonite chanclas is pretty awesome.
She would have found some shit.
Yeah.
Just to straighten him out. And as soon as they did that, they started. Batman was like an actual like weird vampire thing, and he was like sucking people's blood.
Oh, okay.
Wonder Woman, she actually looked pretty badass.
She was a man.
And she just straight up just
Wonder Man
killing anyone that got in their way.
Nice.
They were still quote unquote a Justice League. They were just doing shit ruthlessly.
Interesting.
And,
what's it called again?
Justice League Gods and Monsters, I believe. Forgive me
and Monsters.
If I got it wrong, I will get to you in a second. But if you want to continue, go for it.
Yeah, so my nerdy confession this time is I've actually been writing a one-shot for D&D, which I'm going to try out for the first time this weekend. Which
I had it right. Gods and Monsters. Yep.
Gods and Monsters. I've been having a really good time, like, writing it and coming up with, like, ideas for story hooks and characters and things like that to have along the way. But one thing I find is really funny is like you can literally make anything into D&D.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so like this one that I'm writing, hopefully no one who watches this is also going to play it. But I mean, it's fine. It's going to be like a dungeon dive, which is kind of what you want in a one shot anyway. A one shot, for those of you who don't know, is a D&D campaign that you play in 1 to 2 sittings. So it's like it's good for conventions where you're going to meet up for like 2-3 hours and just you want to knock out a full game start to finish. So normally you start characters at level 5 or 10 or whatever.
I feel like there's a lot of one shots that should have been one shots, but people had so much fun playing that they're like, all right, we got to keep this going.
Yeah, and you could do that. I mean, you could definitely expand it and go off further. There's no reason why you can't. But I will say it is cool to have just a solid, one solid story where people can jump in. We're going to play it over the course of 2 nights and it'll be done. You don't have to worry about, and it gives you some freedom to play a little bit more, recklessly, let's say. Maybe not reckless because you don't want to die and then not play for the next 2 hours.
You don't want to be a murder hobo.
I mean, you can though. You can be a little bit more like, you don't have to worry about like, if I don't pick this bow up now, perhaps I'll get a bow in like, a month or so. And then like, do I have to really pick my class to make sure that it's good for this environment and this environment? It's like, no, you're in a dungeon. You're going down there. You're fighting some guys. You're solving some puzzles and you're going to be done tomorrow.
Now, have you started mentally preparing yourself for when the players derail what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna murder them. That's another beauty of the one shot.
You're dead.
He's like, oh yeah, well now you're dead. So enjoy that. Game's over. Let's play some Scrabble. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I based this one on the mines of Moria from
Nice.
from Lord of the Rings. So they're going down into the mines, and they're gonna be expecting this bustling underground city, but it's all gonna be kind of empty and dead, right?
Is there gonna be a Balrog?
There are gonna be orcs, and there's gonna be. I'm actually throwing in some zombies and stuff too. There, I didn't want to, just fighting orcs for 2 days is gonna be stupid.
And goblins.
And goblins, right? But still.
And a cave troll.
So there are going to be some cave trolls, and there are going to be orcs and goblins. But basically the whole story is they're going to go and they're running after this wizard, who has basically they find out has killed the dwarven king under the mountain. So it's a little different. It's not just Lord of the Rings. And then they're going to have a showdown with the wizard, but then they're going to find out that the wizard was actually trying to stop a bigger threat. Fucking Balrog.
Yeah, there you go. But then they don't get to continue it. Or are they going to fight the Balrog?
No, they're going to fucking fight the Balrog.
Nice.
They're going to think that they beat the big bad at the end, but then he's going to be like, the dwarves, they dug too deep and awoke something dark.
Do you have a mini for it?
Yeah, I do.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a Pit Fiend mini, and that's what he's actually going to be based off of. Is a Pit Fiend. Because there's actually I don't remember what it's called now, but there is a Dungeons and Dragons monster much closer to a Balrog that actually has a flaming whip and things like that. But
the devils,
he would murder them for sure. Like even the Pit Fiend, I'm going to have to scale down a little bit because they're going to be level 5 to 6.
How many?
3.
Oh, that's a nice little group.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really excited to play this. So this whole time they're thinking they're fighting this evil wizard who has like taken everyone out. But he was the good guy trying to stop it. And the Dwarven King had basically he had enlisted orcs to dig deeper because he had been driven mad by this crystal thing. And he releases the Balrog. And so he killed the wizard who was trying to stop everything.
So what? So they were tricked into thinking that the wizard was bad, but in reality he wasn't.
Yeah, so basically there's going to be things that lead them to believe that the wizard should be stopped. But you're going to find out that that's kind of a plot that someone else has put into play. Someone, might be on the demon side kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to reveal it at the end? Or who made the wizard look evil?
Oh, yes. Yeah. There's going to be like a slow clap entrance. And then it's going to be like, oh, fuck, we were deceived. And I thought about like maybe if I have some more time with it and kind of, because the first run through is going to be crazy. Finding out how it actually plays, because I basically wrote it from scratch, so, I'm sure there's going to be tweaks as I do it more and more often, but I played around with the idea of actually putting all of the fellowship in there. And so having them kill Aragorn. And so the whole time they're going through it, they're just murdering all of the fellowship.
So you're going to have them just kill Frodo, take the ring.
Yeah, I was going to have them find a halfling skeleton with a ring of invisibility on its finger and things like that, and
they put it on.
I was like, maybe that's too on the nose.
Yeah, probably.
So, I changed it around a little bit to make it more suspenseful. But, yeah, I'm excited to run it.
Do you know the classes of the characters yet that they picked?
Yeah, there's going to be a bard, a fighter, and a paladin. So
Is the bard they've all played before?
One of them has not played at all before. 2 of them are very new. So it's going to be an experience for sure.
Are you going to make the bard, when they inspire people, you're going to make them do something?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
If they're like, oh, I sing this for inspiration, are you going to make them sing something?
Yeah, maybe. We're going to play it up in my cabin, and I have a guitar up there. I should just have him play something.
There you go. Can he play?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And then my friend Nick, this will be his first time playing Dungeons and Dragons ever, and he wanted me to create a character based off of Kaladin from the Stormlight Archive. And Kaladin is he's basically an ex-soldier who got pulled into slavery, but then as a slave, he kind of he discovers this magical power that he has inside of him without giving too much away. And so I totally made a mini for it, and I made him an Eldritch Knight fighter So he's going to have some spell casting abilities, and he has the backstory. And that's another fun thing about Dungeons and Dragons is you can really kind of come up with any sort of character you want to play and find like a Dungeons and Dragons equivalent.
Man, I've been playing for a couple of years now, and I've never done a spellcaster just because I always find it a little difficult. Like, oh, what spells to choose?
Daunting.
Yeah, so might be a little rough for him first go.
No, and one thing is, I mean, he's still a fighter at the end of the day. So his first and foremost ability is going to be, fucking stabbing with his freaking spear over and over and over again. But he's going to have the ability to, every once in a while throw like a firebolt or some lightning.
Did you give him fly? I mean, he has to fly.
No, because that didn't fit in with the spell casting level and everything.
Yeah.
I thought about doing something funny about that, but I just made him very, very dexterous, and he has a couple like either wind or he does have one fire spell, but it's
a big ass gust of wind, a fist like of wind.
Yeah, exactly. So I tried to make it as much like the character Kaladin as possible, and I think I came up with a pretty good little backstory and stuff for him.
Maybe after the campaign you could show the character sheet or something.
Yeah.
If you don't want to give it away.
Well, he knows. He that's what he wanted. He's like,
Oh.
I just want to play as Kaladin. I'm like, okay, well, I can make a character based off of that. So
yeah, maybe we'll put up the character sheet if you guys are interested.
yeah, I can take a picture and post that up for sure. Which reminds me, I have to print that out tomorrow. So anyway, all right. Well, obviously the big news of the past
week
for you guys. But one thing that's kind of cool about even waiting a few days for us to record it is more and more stuff has been analyzed and picked apart. Yeah. But DC Comics and Warner Brothers Pictures and Games and everything else did the Fandome event, which they revealed a lot of new movies, video games, concept art, all sorts of cool stuff. And it's funny because, well, it's not funny because we didn't get to go to Comic-Con, but yeah, it still stings. But it's interesting that the year that DC really pulls out all the stops
is when no one can
and
go.
makes all the stuff that I want to see is the year that we don't get to see them at Comic-Con. So fuck you, DC. I'm just kidding.
In all fairness, it's not like they planned this shit.
Yeah, they probably did.
Maybe.
I bet it is.
They probably.
Like, let's throw Marvel off their game and release all our cool shit when we don't have to be followed up by them and showed up by them like they do every year in Hall H. But I will say there's a lot of cool new stuff coming out, a little bit for everybody. And we'll kind of go over each one of them, give you our thoughts, what seems cool, what seems sketchy, whatever. And then, if you guys have different thoughts, comment down below on the podcast, on the YouTubes, or, hit us up on Instagram or Twitter and, let us know what you think too. Which ones you're excited for, which ones you're not so excited for, which ones look like hot garbage, which I'm actually surprised is very few of them.
How do you feel about Batman?
Okay. You want to start with fucking Batman, the biggest reveal out there?
Sure.
All right, well, Batman. So you can stop listening after this because that's what everyone wants to listen to. Batman. I actually really, really enjoyed it. I think that, the world that they're creating looks amazing. I think that the villains that they showcased so far and, the characters like Jim Gordon and Batman himself all look amazing. The car is fucking dope.
The car looks dope.
And, I like how dark and like gritty it is, and it definitely seems like they're doing kind of like the Long Halloween type, storyline. Man, it looks good. I'm really, really excited for it.
I'm probably the dude that everyone gets mad at.
Yeah.
That comments. I want to be wrong. I want you guys to be right so bad. I really do. I'm trying to get over Twilight Guy being Batman. And I know he's a great actor. I saw him in The Lighthouse, and he was amazing in The Lighthouse. I was like, holy shit. Like, I didn't see him not once or think of him as the Twilight Guy.
Yeah.
But it's just still like a gut reaction to it. So, and I'm hoping you guys are right. I really am. But I guess there's a small part of me that feels like it could be bad. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you guys are right.
Well, I mean, a lot of people had the same sort of idea when Christian Bale was announced as Batman. Like, or when Heath Ledger was announced as Joker.
I didn't catch any of that heat with Heath Ledger, and I know it was out there, but
obviously we weren't doing a nerdy podcast back then, and we were much younger.
But like when I heard about it, I was like, all right, cool. I just accepted it. Kind of with Ben Affleck when he got picked as Batman, I was actually excited about it. So I was on the other side of that where people were pissed off.
I'm still excited about it. Apparently, he's coming back in the Flash movie.
Yeah, because they did the whole Snyder Cut. Which is another. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But,
Jesus Christ!
I'm trying to bring.
You really want to go out of order.
I just hope you guys are right.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are right.
I mean, it definitely has potential. Matt Reeves is a great director. He did all the Planet of the Apes newer movies, which were all really good.
Those are all great. Yeah.
So I think he has an eye for directing and that kind of dark, gritty yet realistic treatment of a fantastical type of content. Like Batman is an interesting character for sure. I think Paul Dano as the Riddler is going to be fucking dope.
Great. He's a great actor too.
Colin Farrell looks ridiculous.
Looked unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a great actor.
Yeah. And then what we figured out his name it was something Wright. Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon.
Yep.
Also amazing. So I'm excited.
It has all the right elements, but it's just...
You just want to be a naysayer?
I don't want to be. I just feel it in my gut, and I want to be wrong.
Yeah. I will say, it's like I do like seeing an earlier version of Batman, and like we're so used to seeing like a very confident Batman who just plays by his own rules, and he goes into these rooms full of bad guys and is super confident about like tactically taking them out one after the other. But in the brief fight scene we do see with him, like he's just like berserking out on that one bad guy, or who looks like he might be a Joker-ish bad guy, but maybe not. Who knows? But he's just pounding him into the ground over and over again, and you're like, oh, this is not a Batman who is the cool, controlled, Dark Knight.
They were all like right-hand punches. Like, yo, man, switch it up. Throw it left.
Well, when the guy's on the ground, knocked out, I mean, who cares? He's
like, yeah, you beat him, dude. He's brain dead now.
Yeah, wow, you just maimed that guy. Great, cool. But yeah, I'm excited to see. And plus, having a younger guy play Batman, like maybe we'll get more than one Batman again. It's been a while now. So I am excited about it. I think all the villains are set up well. Catwoman, Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman was in there briefly. I like how she has the little nubbins of ears on her
It
mask.
looked like it was like part of a hood or something. It didn't look like they were like a hard.
It looked like she made it at home or something. Yeah, it was just like folds that didn't quite sit down. But I think it's going to be good. I have high hopes for it. I will say, it'll be interesting how DC goes over for the next, call it 4 or 5 years, because they kind of took a step back from the Justice League expanded universe DCEU, but they also they announced that they have a multiverse now, which all started with the Flash TV show, and they're actually more accepting of bringing that and the multiverse into all of the other properties that they have. So
I need to get on. I want to watch this because I did saw part of Arrow, and the little bits I saw I did like. So I need to watch that. The thing is, there's so many. It's like Arrow, Flash,
Supergirl,
and then
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, and then they all mesh.
Batgirl, Batwoman.
Is that one connected?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think she was brought in on the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
But they're switching the girl now. Like
they are, because Ruby Rose quit.
Did she say why?
I don't know. She's dumb. She doesn't like money.
Yeah, I guess, right?
Or girls. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But it's cool that they're kind of embracing the weird multiverse aspect of DC Comics or comics in general, because multiverse isn't limited.
Like if they put in Doom Patrol somewhere in one of the movies, I'm sold.
So Doom Patrol is actually part of the multiverse already, because they showed up on Titans, the
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans, but it was called Titans because it was supposed to be.
They showed up.
Yeah, apparently they're in that. So
I'm watching that show.
I have to watch it now. But yeah, so they show up in there, and Beast Boy, who was in Titans and who was also one of the original members of, well, not original, but one of the older members of Doom Patrol, is in there, and he talks about how he was on Doom Patrol and stuff too.
I'm a little bummed out because like I don't know if they just haven't filmed it yet, but like season 2 stops kind of in the middle.
Kind of, yeah. Well, I think what was happening, and this is just me kind of thinking out loud through the process and everything. But
DC streaming stopped.
I think DC streaming app was dying,
and HBO
and HBO was like, "Hey, here's some money. Let us just have Doom Patrol and Harley Quinn, and they'll just be ours now." And they're like, "Okay, well, here's half a season of Doom Patrol. You could just slap your name on it."
Because I feel like I've read that they are going to continue Doom Patrol.
I believe so. Yeah, I mean they left it.
Because it is a good show. You guys should watch it.
Yeah, 100%. It's great. I just finished season 2 the other day, so I'm all caught up. But yeah, so it's part of the DCEU. Oh, here's a fun Doom Patrol fact. I found this through my research of watching the show and everything. The guy whose name is something Kipling, played by the guy from Supernatural. The magic user guy. So he is a stand-in for John Constantine. And the reason why it's not John Constantine is because back when Doom Patrol was first, coming about, and it wasn't like when it first, but when Grant Morrison took it over, and that's when they really flourished. Mm-hmm. They wanted to use John Constantine, but Vertigo Comics wouldn't let any of their characters be used outside of the Vertigo
what's
universe.
Funny is I was like, this guy reminds me a whole lot of Constantine.
Because he's basically the same character.
I was like,
he's just like a surly British guy who smokes all the time and uses weird magic that he can't explain. And like, oh yeah, that's John Constantine.
Yeah, the only thing he doesn't do is smoke. But other than that,
yeah. Well, I think they did that in the show, but he smokes all the time in the comics apparently. Yeah. So yeah, he is a stand-in for John Constantine because Vertigo Comics wouldn't let their characters be used outside of Vertigo Comics.
They should have just made him Constantine now. Now they have him.
Yeah, exactly. And they should have used the guy from the Constantine show, which I actually really liked when it was.
I haven't seen it, but I want to.
Yeah. Well,
I'm one of those people.
Don't watch it because you might like it, and then it got canceled.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people that actually liked the Constantine movie.
I loved it too.
I didn't even know people disliked the movie until like on Twitter and people were shitting on it. I was like, oh.
Yeah. It was great.
It was great.
I really enjoyed it.
I was like, he's not blonde. I don't care. It's fucking Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, or British. Yeah, but still, it's Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, like, what do you want? Though I do like the guy that they got to play Constantine in the show, and he does show up in the Arrowverse TV shows too as Constantine. So that's pretty cool too.
I need to get on those.
Yeah. There's just a lot to watch, that's the only daunting thing. I have watched a lot of The Flash and a lot of Arrow, but it's just, after a while, I only watched them once they're on Netflix. And so after a while, it's like, oh my God, I've got so much stuff now to watch, but what are you going to do? I'll catch up eventually. I really want to see The Crisis because apparently you see, I think his name is Grant Gustin, the Flash from the Flash show.
From the 90s?
No, the guy who's the current Flash, but his dad is the Flash from the 90s or 80s?
I think it was early 90s.
Yeah, early 90s. That's his dad. And he plays a Flash in a multiverse in a different dimension. And then also Ezra Miller apparently shows up at one point in one of the things. And then also the Kevin Conroy, who is the voice of Batman in the animated show, he plays Batman from another dimension. But he's got the you remember in not Injustice, Kingdom Come Batman, the Alex Ross one, where he's got the mech suit on because he's been beat up from being Batman so long. He plays that Batman in the multiverse. So I'm like really juiced to watch The Crisis on Infinite
I think
Earth.
The guy from Smallville also shows up, right?
Yes, and Brandon Routh, who played Superman in Superman Returns.
Yeah, he only got a one shot, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think you mean as far as being Superman?
Yeah, he only got to play once, right?
Yeah, he only got to play once. But in Superman Returns, we could do like a whole episode on it because it's a sequel to the Christopher Reeve ones. And then it just ends, and then they never expanded on it ever again. But I thought it was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay.
Wasn't great. I thought he was a great...
He looks like Superman.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he plays Superman, but he also plays the Atom in Legends of Tomorrow.
Suit. Yeah.
Yeah. So but he actually put on the Superman suit again in the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I mean, it
Very
sounds like
crazy
it
stuff.
it sounds like it could be very confusing, but if you do it right, it would be amazing.
Yeah, so I'm excited to finally watch that. I'm sure most of it's out on Netflix now, but it's cool to see that.
Or HBO Max now, maybe.
Or HBO Max or whatever. But it's cool to see that they've taken that multiverse, concept, and they've just embraced it. Rather than like with Marvel, we had Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Iron Fist and the Defenders. But like, there's been no word of bringing those into the fold, and same thing with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I don't think they're going to do it. They just ended Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just ended. But I remember when it first came out, there was all these promises of like, oh, it's going to tie in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, you're going to see Iron Man pop in for an episode. Or
Did
Nick
they
Fury.
say that?
Yeah, that's like how it was pitched, and it like each season, and you can kind of watch for the first couple seasons that, they would mention things like. Season 2 would start off, and they would reference Thor: The Dark World,
And
but
I remember the first...
but Thor never showed up or anything,
Yeah, and I remember the first movie, they tied it in a lot to the incident in New York, and they had like a lot of newspaper articles in the background. They had certain things like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, it's... The promise of it would be like, oh, you're going to see the other side of the Marvel movies with little cameos here and there. But then it just kind of, Marvel kind of left it on its own. And they would still occasionally reference things, but it became its own show with its own like plot lines happening and things like that. But there was some really good stuff in there too. Ghost Rider was fucking sick.
I stopped when
they're talking about bringing back into the
into
the Marvel universe.
I hope they do it.
It's going to be the Robbie Reyes one.
But he wasn't like the Spirit of Vengeance, right? Like it wasn't Mephisto who gave him the powers and stuff, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the same.
Did that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
They didn't go into his backstory as much, but he does mention it, and it is the Spirit of Vengeance, and it even passes on to Agent Coulson at one point. So Agent Coulson becomes a temporary Ghost Rider.
Okay.
And does the death stare or whatever, the vengeance penance stare.
So what? So was he just a skull with flames? Like.
Wait, yeah, that's what Ghost Rider is.
No, but I'm wondering if that's how they did it, like on the show. Like
no, I mean he had his skeleton hands and everything, and
but not the
chains
skull, not with a burning skull.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he did the whole thing. His face melted off into flaming skull, Ghost Rider skull, and he did the penance stare on. I forget who the bad guy was.
I didn't think Disney would do that, but all right.
No, it was cool. And then Robbie Reyes, who is like I think he's the second or third Ghost Rider after Johnny Blaze. Mm-hmm. And he drives a car instead of a motorcycle. So the whole time he's driving like a Dodge Challenger. I can't remember now that I'm thinking about it, but it was very, very good representation of the character. And there have been talks of bringing him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, whether it be like Doctor Strange or some of these other more creepy style.
I'm sold.
Yeah, 100%. I'm down. All right, back to DC. We got sidetracked. People are going to call us a bunch of Marvel shills, because we're always talking Marvel.
That's okay. I'll be a Marvel shill.
That's fine.
No problem.
I love Marvel. Let's talk Wonder Woman 1984, which I feel like we've been waiting for that one forever, because we first saw the trailer for it, or like a in progress trailer. Was that last year Comic-Con, or was that the year before?
Maybe the year before.
I want to say it was the year before.
I think it was the year before.
Because I don't think WB was there at all last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
It was a rough cut.
Yeah.
I remember, I was like, oh, I didn't know movies looked that terrible before.
Before all the special effects got added.
Post-production, I was like, wow, that looks really bad.
Yeah.
That's going to be a movie?
It's funny, though, because you see some of those scenes in this now completed trailer.
And it looks way different.
It looks way better. We're like, oh, okay, nice. But yeah, it's... I'm interested to see how it all fits together, because Chris Pine is back.
Yeah.
Who was dead, but now
there is magic in the DC, so...
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
So...
I'm sure something in there explains it. You see Cheetah, it's Cheetah, right? Or Chitara?
I don't know.
Chitara's
not a DC guy, so...
Yeah, but Kristen Wiig's Cheetah character.
Did they show her in full?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's good. You see her as she's kind of transitioning into it, right? So you see her, where she's wearing some leopard print type stuff, but then eventually you see her in full on cheetah mode. And then you see some flashbacks of Wonder Woman, like when she was a little kid, growing up on Themyscira. And
that looked kind of cool. I did see that part.
And then you also see her in some badass like gold armor that you see in the posters and stuff.
Almost like with wings or something. And
she got wings when they fucking drop off. So I'm excited to see what that one's about. And it's in an interesting place because we saw Wonder Woman's origin story, then we saw Batman v Superman and Justice League. So like where she is now. Now we're going back into the middle again. So she can't die, right? Because she made it into Justice League. And then you know that Chris Pine probably is going to die again because she was sad about him when she looked at him in Batman v Superman or Justice League or whatever.
They brought him back to kill him again. He's so good at dying, he's doing it twice. So I'm interested to see exactly. But also the stakes are so low because nothing bad happens at the end, right? Yeah, but still, I'm sure.
All of the important Amazons make it because they get killed by Steppenwolf.
It's true.
Right? Themyscira doesn't get attacked or destroyed.
You're like totally just tanking them.
Sorry, Wonder Woman 84. It's just
it's not your fault. It was the previous writers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just an interesting way to put it. I'm excited to see her in the 80s and stuff, and the 80s aesthetic and stuff. I think that's going to be really fun.
I want to see her lasso lightning like she was doing.
That was fucking weird. I mean, I guess I'm down. Why can't we just have the invisible jet? Like, that's what we all want. Like, why isn't she just like flying around in the invisible jet?
I don't know enough about the comics to like how they justified the invisible jet.
I have no idea.
Like, why?
It's so stupid.
The Amazons have a jet.
It's invisible though.
Yeah, but it's really Pegasus. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like they just gave up on the all the like ancient Greek mythology.
Yeah,
and they're like, yeah, they also have invisible planes.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, I am excited. I think Gal Gadot is really great as that character, and the action was so good in the last one.
Did you see the silly little video she did on Twitter? I don't know if it made it to Instagram where
she
was singing.
She danced. Wait, was it the one where she dances and then other cosplayers come on?
No, it was
that one was silly too.
It was her singing Imagination and a bunch
I did
other
see that.
Actors and comedians.
Yeah,
it was so fucking cringe.
It was Imagined by John Lennon.
Sorry. Doesn't fucking matter.
Not the Imagination song by South Park.
Either way,
Imagination.
That would have been fucking better. But
yeah,
it was so bad. It was really, really bad. And I understand where their little celebrity hearts were.
Yeah.
And they wanted to make people feel better. But it's a fucking pandemic. I don't need a celebrity singing at me to make me feel better.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're so brave. They're not wearing makeup and they're sitting in their mansions all by themselves.
Yeah, it's like it's all gonna be okay. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be okay for you. You don't gotta fucking go anywhere.
Yeah,
you got people doing your shit for you.
You got paid $10 million for your last movie. You're good for life. Yeah. You don't have to do anything.
You got servants that can go out and get you shit. Like us, like we gotta go fucking work. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It was so bad.
It was just very unaware.
Exactly.
Very But it's fine.
Anyway,
it's not her
watch
fault.
a movie. Still gonna watch a movie.
Yeah, still gonna watch a movie. You're super hot. I love you.
Just don't do any more.
Please
videos.
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Please don't.
Consult.
Do anymore.
Ask one of your helpers, whoever you send to go do things.
Hey, assistant, come here. You're a normal, right? Yeah, and my name's Ted. Anyway, assistant. What if I'm thinking about doing a video on my yacht and talking about how much I care about the normal people.
I want to show how
much
does
that feel?
I'm like them.
How much I'm like them and how much I'm with them during this
Not
this
actually
crisis.
with them. I'm not going to go out there and be with them because
that's gross.
They're
I don't
disgusting.
want to see them. Yeah, I don't want
But I want them to think.
I don't want their poor people disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want them to think.
But if they're like, oh, look, she's on her boat all by herself, there's no servants there. I mean, they'll be there. But
they're holding the camera.
I gotta have someone hold the camera,
and Mike.
I can't steer the boat or cook my food myself, but
the lighting guy.
But they won't be in the shot, And I think that it'll really ground me. It'll really make me seem like I'm.
And
I'm
Tim,
with them.
did we name him Tim? Did we?
Ted.
Ted.
It's Ted. I've been working for you for 6 years.
Don't be afraid to tell her the truth.
Yeah.
All right. Just tell no. It's just
probably. You should probably just post a video of you dancing or something. I think people will respond to that more. Oh God!
It's like, you're not like us, okay?
You're not like us. It's Ted.
Thank you again, Tim.
Thank you again, Tim. God damn it. Let's talk a little bit about Black Adam. We didn't see very much of it, just some concept art, but The Rock kind of narrated a little bit of what it's going to be about. Sounds like it's going to be set in ancient Egypt or whatever the fuck.
I feel like we've been waiting so long for The Rock as Black Adam. I feel like that was like said.
He keeps making fucking Jumanji movies and shit like that.
With Kevin. Stop fucking with Kevin Hart.
Hey,
get back
Kevin
to Black
Hart.
Adam.
We need him too. You don't get to just have him. But I'm excited for it. It's hard to judge based off of that. But
what's The Rock? I mean, even his bad movies are still watchable.
Yeah, exactly. Scorpion King.
I enjoyed it when it came out.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever.
Now CG
Scorpion King 2
in The Mummy, that was terrible. That was
Scorpion King 2 where it's Randy Couture or whoever.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, straight to video, I think. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I really liked what they did with Shazam, so I'm excited to see more of that world. It does sound like it's going to be an origin story for him, so it's not. I don't think Shazam's going to be in it, but Shazam has a new movie also.
Fury of the Gods. So
yeah.
I'm assuming the Black Adam has introduced him so that they can fucking fight in the Shazam movie.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm guessing.
That sounds good to me. Yeah. Hopefully.
I just want to see The Rock. Put him in more things.
I just want to see The Rock and Zachary Levi together.
Yeah,
I think they're
not Kevin
awesome.
Hart. They're going to recast Shazam as Kevin Hart.
God damn it. He should play
that just came out.
He should play one of the kid Shazams, like the Marvel family, where it's just like he doesn't get bigger or anything, but he has the lightning bolt. It's like,
and then they just go back up.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, down here. Yeah, we love you, Kevin Hart, but you're in everything. Calm down. You're save some for the rest of us. Let's switch gears. Video games.
Ooh.
2 video games got announced. One by WB Montreal, which is Gotham Knights.
Where Batman is dead.
Dead. Quote, dead, except he's actually just fighting the Court of the Owls.
Well, I mean, we know the Court of the Owls is there, but I'm pretty sure
he's faked his death to infiltrate the Court of the Owls, and that's going to be the reveal at the end.
People are like, oh, he's dead. He's not dead.
He's not dead.
He's not fucking dead.
Yeah, and if he is, they'll just bring him back in the next game. Yeah. Lazarus Pit or something.
Just dunk him.
Oh, Ra's al Ghul's here now. He's a new bad guy, and I'm alive again. Cool. But in that one, there's 4 different playable characters that we've seen so far: Batgirl, Robin, which is.
I guess technically there's 3 Robins, right? It's Batgirl and 3 Robins.
There's Batgirl and 3 Robins. Only one Robin got left out, which is Tim Drake. Dick Grayson is Nightwing. Jason Todd is Red Hood. And then Tim Drake or Damian Wayne. So it's got to be Tim Drake.
Oh, they're not going to do Damian Wayne.
It's got to be Tim Drake because he's also really big into technology and he's got the bow staff, which I think that was his thing.
Makes more sense.
And then Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. So
I want to know. I hope they explain teleporting Robin.
Oh, they did already. It's he's given access to some like Wayne Tech satellites that can do short range teleportation. So yeah, I guess that technology just exists now.
I guess.
Wait, you've had this the whole time, Batman?
And you never used it?
And you're dead?
Maybe that's what happened. He's buffering in the satellite.
Yeah, he got lost in
he's just stuck.
Yeah, he's just, and basically it seems like you can team up with at least one other person and go through cooperative missions throughout Gotham fighting various Batman bad guys. Court of the Owls was teased at the end of it too, so they'll have something to do with it.
The mask looked pretty cool.
The mask looks really dope. Mr. Freeze, we saw a little bit of gameplay with him. I will say it looks kind of rough, but it is coming out next year, so it's a pre-alpha build. So I mean, you can't judge a game too much by what they show at these things because it's like
so
they're
this
still
one
working.
Is a PS5 one.
Yes, it will be PS5.
Because I know the other game we're going to talk about, they fully announced was PS5.
Yeah, well, that one comes out in 2 years, basically. Yeah. But some things look kind of rough as far as like I wasn't crazy about having the little like health, well, not health, but level bars above each of the bad guys. Too much going on the screen. But I'm sure they can clean that kind of stuff up. That's why they show stuff like this is to get people's opinions on like what they think of their first initial take on it, and where it can go from here. It looks like all the playable characters have a little bit of a different style to them. You know, you got Nightwing, who's got his little club dealios. Tim Drake uses teleportation, and
Red Hood is murdering people.
Yeah, Red Hood is just shooting people in the face. I mean, you know, he's had it rough. Jason Todd's a little upset about things. Barbara Gordon's more like Batgirl is more closely related to Batman.
Yeah.
Like, she's using the grappling hook, and she does have those night sticky deals.
I just hope there's dialogue where they're like, "Oh, how many did you beat up today?" Red Hood's like, "Beat up?
Beat up?"
I guess they're.
I mean, a lot of them. A lot of them
aren't going to come back.
Yeah, I mean,
they really learned their lesson.
Yeah, they stopped crime. I stopped all the crime.
Like, no more from that person moving forward.
Yeah, oh no, Mr. Freeze got them all. Just see him like freezing him out.
Just covering the bullet holes.
Yeah.
Ice in the bullet.
Oh, I thought these were bat bullets. I thought they didn't.
Oh, I thought I'd loaded tranquilizers. Turns out they were real bullets.
Oh, did someone swap out my tranquilizers again? Guys, like, we're not supposed to kill people. That's what Batman always said, even though he's gone now.
Yeah, so now I can kill people. That's the rule, right?
That's the rule, right?
Batman dies, we can kill.
Yeah, we can kill. Now, yeah, watch out, Gotham. I'm going to pacify you. The other game, though, is made by Rocksteady, who created the Arkham Asylum.
That game looks amazing.
It's
the graphics.
It's called Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Is that the full title?
Yes.
Because I just saw the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't believe everything on the internet. But yeah, it's called Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. It starts out, we see Harley Quinn doing her Harley Quinn shenanigans. And I mean, all the graphics look amazing, but it is a cinematic trailer. So, I mean, they really pulled out all the stops. It is going to be on PS5. It's coming out. Oh, we should say that the Gotham Knights is coming out 2021. Suicide Squad is coming out 2022. But yeah, you see Harley Quinn. There's King Shark, Captain Boomerang, and Deadshot. And again, it looks like you're going to be able to work together, probably like an online co-op maybe, or online multiplayer type thing. And then, you're playing in Metropolis rather than Gotham City, which is really cool. It's cool to see like a new, well-lit, open area.
Dark.
It's like it was always nighttime in Gotham City.
Yeah. It's the only time they operate.
Yeah, it's in Alaska. It's actually in Alaska where it's like nighttime all the time.
So that was Brainiac, right?
Yeah, you see Brainiac, and I think that's what the plot is going to be, is that he's controlling the minds of Superman.
Yeah, because I did notice he had like a weird, like pink purplish tinge to his eyes.
Yeah. And then it's revealed at the end that Superman's there, and he's like holding this like helicopter pilot who he had saved from crashing, but then he holds him up and like fucking heat visions him.
Fucking decapitates him.
He disintegrates him basically. And so now the Suicide Squad is going to have to fight
I did enjoy
Superman or the Justice League.
Where he came in and was like, so who do we have to kill? And they're all just like,
yeah,
pointing
up at Superman. And yeah, it's going to be really fun to see how they write that story out and how the gameplay is. I'm sure we'll see more later, but it was just all cinematic trailer. But it looked like each one is going to have a different play style. Kind of looked like Captain Boomerang had like a Speed Force thing going on.
Yeah, because it looked like he would throw it and then he can run really quick and catch up to where it landed. Mm-hmm. It looked cool. I mean, they had to power him up somehow to match up.
Yeah, exactly. And King Shark has like a crazy like Gatling gun type deal, and I'm sure he'll have some other things too. I really wish Ron Funches was the voice of him.
That would have been hilarious.
Oh my god!
And if they had made him as like, well, you think he's grossed out by blood, but it's really he's just
he just goes into a blood rage kind of thing. But yeah, looks good. It is officially a sequel to the Arkham series, so it's going to be in the same universe.
Oh, nice! I didn't know that.
Yep. And but yeah, I'm excited to play it. I mean, the combat in those games was so good. It's just going to be. I'm super juiced. Plus, we only saw one member of the Justice League. It does say the Justice League.
Yeah.
So we're going to fight like a mind-controlled Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. Like that could be a fun game.
I mean, with Batman. It's all right. It's Batman, and it's a bunch of them. They could try to overpower him. Superman, I guess if they find some kryptonite, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
But Wonder Woman, I don't know really what they're going to do. I just try to
Yeah, I don't know.
get at her level. I mean, I guess you can tie her up, right? That's her weakness, is being tied up, right?
I think men's her weakness.
Is that really?
I think that was the moral of Wonder Woman 1, right? Gave up everything for some dumb man.
Yeah, there we go. Should have learned her lesson.
Should have learned a lesson. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. Rocksteady Games makes great stuff, so very exciting. Movies.
The Flash.
Flash movie. Yeah, they didn't show much of it, just some concept art. But it is going to be Ezra Miller's Flash movie.
With Ben Affleck back.
With Ben Affleck back. Even though in the concept art, they showed the Michael Keaton Batman.
Really? I haven't seen the...
Yeah. But I think... Because Michael Keaton is coming back in something. He is coming back in the Flash. So maybe it'll be a multiverse
It would have to be.
thing.
If Flash is just going through, like...
Yeah, because
Well, I guess they did show
Michael
him.
Keaton got announced in that movie, right?
I just didn't know if it was confirmed. But we do see Flash in Justice League, like him showing... Didn't he have like a mustache or something where he like flashed
Yeah,
into
the beard
Ben...
or something.
Yeah, to Ben Affleck.
Bruce, that one.
Yeah, so I guess like during that part, if he's like flashing through other like parallel universes.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the true introduction of the multiverse. So, because I think Michael Keaton's supposed to be in it, and there is concept art of Michael Keaton's Batman behind the Flash, Ezra Miller's Flash, but then Ben Affleck's supposed to be in it too. So maybe it's him traveling the multiverse and like, discovering how. Maybe we'll see Grant Gustin's Flash from the Flash show.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see it. Like, I like that they're leaning into the multiverse. I think it's going to be a really cool thing for them, and that's really how DC is going to start competing with Marvel. Is if they're making good one-off movies with the knowledge that this can be all connected at one point.
I feel like with what they did with Doom Patrol and what they did with the Harley Quinn cartoon. Like, they're starting to win me back, so I'm having more confidence in what they're going to do. So
again, it's weird being excited about DC.
Yeah.
It's
do
strange.
not let me down. I'm willing to part my dollars.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, man, I'll fucking watch anything. I'm running out of shit to watch at home. We talked about Batman already. And then, is it just the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, the Snyder Cut. It's the last one.
Snyder Cut. The freaking... the most requested director's cut movie ever.
I'll tell you right now, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. And I'm sorry for the people I'm pissed off, and I know that we'll probably have some Snyder Cut people watching it. It's just, to me, it's just like, do you really think he's going to fix the movie of what we got?
Well, I mean, the one thing I'll say about it is, they showed some things in it, like they showed Darkseid. And they showed redesigned Steppenwolf, and then I forget what the other guy's name is. There's another bad guy that they showed in it. So they showed some new characters and stuff. They showed the black suit Superman. So there's interesting stuff in there, but it's like, you really mean to tell me that you have a whole different movie filmed, ready to go?
Well, they're filming extra stuff. Like, they're bringing them back.
They are doing some reshoots. And apparently all of the Joss Whedon reshoots are going to be removed. So we'll really see exactly what the Joss Whedon reshoots were. And apparently Cyborg is going to have a lot more screen time and story. And it's really, I saw some quotes saying that, it's his movie.
I want to see what he's talking about, because he said Joss Whedon had a toxic environment, and like he made it like weird and awkward. And I mean, I haven't heard any details, but I really hope that they do. Just because in my mind, maybe I just picture a totally different person. Like, in my mind, like, I don't think Joss Whedon could do that.
Well, he just kept asking people to take their shoes off and wiggle their toes in his face, because he was like, let me see them feet. But I mean, who knows? I mean, he always seems like a nerdy guy, but we only see him on interviews.
I mean, I guess, yeah, we don't know what he's like as a director. He could be a fucking monster.
He could be a fucking monster, just like Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah. Dude, some people have been fucking like taking clips of her show, and there was a really bad one where she had like this little Asian kid, and he's a guitar player, and he has an interpreter. And so she asked the kid a question. The interpreter is obviously, languages are fucking different. Some things in a certain language might take more words to fucking explain, or, like, it may there may not be the terms in that language to ask exactly the way you're asking. So she asked him like, "Oh, what's your next favorite song?" Something stupid, and she was like using a lot of syllables to explain, and then she just fucking says, "I just asked one question. Why is it taking so long?" And I was like, "Holy shit!" And then the kid starts answering. She's like, "You know what? Never mind." And I was like, "Holy, that was on air? Holy shit!"
Yes. Like this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but like, who gives a shit? I mean, it's not illegal to be a bitch. Like, that's fine.
It's not, but like when you sell yourself on camera to be a certain type of way, and then you're a fucking piece of shit.
I mean, I don't even care. Like, it's fine. Like, I would be that way too. Like, I don't. I mean, you can be on for so long. It's not like I think like Jimmy Fallon is the same Jimmy Fallon when he's at home.
Apparently he is.
Apparently he's a fucking raging alcoholic.
Yeah, but they said he's still nice.
Yeah, well, who cares? And I don't think,
like, of course he's nice. He's
I don't think Jim or James Corden picks up people and sings in his car.
That's another one that they're saying he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's another one where they said, like, on camera he seems like a nice guy, but he's really a piece of shit. And I fucking believe it because there's videos of him being a fucking asshole to Patrick Stewart, and you don't fucking do that, all right?
You definitely don't talk to Patrick Stewart that way. He'll take a number 2 on you.
What?
Instead of a number 1. Get it?
No, I don't.
Oh, next gen. You called number 1?
Oh, dummy.
Take a number 2. That's shitting on you. I don't know how we got on that. But anyway, Zack Snyder Cut of Justice League. It's going to be released 4 parts on HBO Max.
4 parts?
4 parts.
They're not just showing the movie? They're cutting into
4 parts. They really want to get their money's worth out of it.
I guess we need
They want people to sign up for at least a month.
Yeah.
There's like a space in between, so you have to get 2 months.
Oh, I bet.
That'd be the way to do it. They should really do 5 parts.
I'm keeping HBO Max, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And I'm not one of the Snyder Cut people, so I'm like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm interested to see what. Of course, I'm going to
watch it, but I don't think it's going to be fucking what people expect, though.
Yeah, I mean, I just have a hard time because I mean, there's so much of the movie was shot. How do you change the story that much to make it a different story? But I'm down. I think it'll be cool. I think Darkseid's crazy that they have him in there. I wonder how much we're actually going to see of him.
It's probably going to be like the seconds that they showed already. That's probably all. That's
probably all.
And it's probably all the way at the end.
And he's probably at the end. He's like, "Hey, now it's my turn," and then it ends.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to show like his eye fucking laser things or anything.
That would be so cool, though.
I don't think they're not going to fucking do it.
I am glad that they're giving Cyborg some more time because I felt like, dude, he was just fucking thrown into that movie, had no part to play at all, and it was just like no character development, and he's brand new. It's just like
I'm down for that because I actually like I like him in Doom Patrol.
I love him in Doom Patrol. I think he's a really interesting character.
Yeah.
And it's weird that they put him in Doom Patrol because he was never in Doom Patrol.
He does. He popped in. I've read about it. He popped in every now and then, but he wasn't like.
Oh, really? Yeah, I read a thing saying he wasn't in any of the comics.
No, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, I think he's a really interesting character. You think about this young kid who gets turned into half a robot because of this accident that kills his mom. And it's like, holy shit, that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
And then now you're in the Justice League, and then the stuff they do in the Doom Patrol, where like his AI takes over and his dad.
He's not fully powered like he is in the movie. He only has like part of his stuff.
Yep, and like his dad can turn him on and off at will, kind of thing. Really interesting stuff. So I'd like to see more of him. And then of course I'd like to see some better upper lip action for Henry Cavill.
Or just show the mustache. We can have a mustache,
dude.
Superman.
How sick would it be if they just took it out and he just had a fucking mustache?
Who cares?
I'd be down like fuck.
We had a bearded Captain America and everyone loved it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. In the shawarma scene at the end of Avengers, he had a full beard, and that's why his hand's like this.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he was doing I think Snowpiercer at the time.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, Snowpiercer's great.
It is good.
Yeah, it's really good. But that's why they had him like, kind of slumped over like this as he's holding his beard. I can't do it. My beard's too big. But, he had it like this, and he's just like, so tired. But it's because he had a full beard, and he was in contract. He had to keep the beard on.
I'm going to go back and rewatch that part just to see.
You can kind of see what's going on. But, yeah.
Do you think the Snyder Cut fans, if it's still bad, will admit it? Or do you think they'll be like, it was amazing, just because And because the thing is, they're going to have to be. They're going to have to say it's amazing.
I think they're going to double down and be like, well, that's the Justice League movie. we all wanted.
Because
Except for the fact, there was that scene where it was kind of weird where Batman just shot a bunch of people. It was like a firing squad, and he just like murdered a bunch of people who tied up. I don't know if that was a weird choice, but overall the movie was great.
Because they're gonna have to suck it up and say that
Superman's just going to snapping necks. Like what? This is not what we wanted, Zack Snyder. Yeah, ga.
Do you see the
Steven Seagal, ga.
where he's like showing, like he's like mimicking the head snapping thing. Have you seen it? Like,
yeah, I think so.
It just looks. He looks like a fucking wild man when he's fucking doing it. But yeah, they're gonna have to fucking double down and say we loved it. It was exactly what we wanted. We're so glad we annoyed the shit out of you to get
It'll be like hashtag unreleased the Snyder Cut.
Burn it down.
Yeah, it's cool. Just we don't want Justice League. Sorry. I wonder if they'll show Martian Manhunter in it.
Oh no, they won't. But that would be awesome.
Because he's supposed to be the general guy.
Oh, is he? He's just like pretending the whole time.
Yeah, he's undercover.
Oh, nice.
The general guy who at the end, I forget what his.
Okay, if they
guy from the Matrix. He's in the Matrix.
If they did that, I fully accept it. Now I'll take everything back.
Because remember, when that movie was first coming out, the tagline was "Unite the Seven."
Okay.
How many Justice League members are there in the Justice League movie?
So it was
Superman,
Batman, Flash, Aquaman. Who are we missing?
Wonder Woman, Cyborg.
Oh, okay.
Who's this guy?
Okay, if they do that,
yep,
you got me. And I take back everything I said.
I just want a hint of it. It doesn't have to be crazy. Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, here's my whole origin story.
Or just the eyes, even.
Just the eyes, and like, or at the end of it, be like, if you ever need help, there's others who can help you, and just like little red eyes or some shit. You're like, oh fuck, it's Martian Manhunter.
Or even something dumb. Someone lights a cigarette, like because he hates fucking fire.
Fire. That would be amazing. It was called remember the Unite the Seven. We're like, oh fuck, Justice League, and there's like, wait, there's only 6 of them. Who's the 7th?
I think I erased that movie from my mind. I need to rewatch it because I don't remember any of this stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to rewatch it right when the Snyder Cuts come out. That's also coming out 2021, so look for that on HBO Max.
They didn't give a hard month for that.
No, I mean, obviously all this shit is just the COVID shit is just making everything.
It's fine.
Crazy.
I mean, again, I'm still me.
I mean, the movie's already out, so it's just a recut of it. So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited. I think overall DC had a very good showing from all this stuff. I think it's weird being so excited and so, like optimistic about DC stuff because I've been burned before. I remember when Justice League was there for Comic-Con and I was like, oh shit, this is going to be great. And then it was like, it wasn't so much, but I mean, things happen, you know, that everyone involved in that show went through a lot during that. So hopefully we'll see some awesome content coming from DC. I love that they're doing the multiverse. I think I don't know, might be DC's time, I think.
Woo. I wouldn't say that
they're not going to overtake Marvel. There's too much good shit coming from Marvel. But it'd be nice to see like a healthy competition.
Yeah, get closer to the, at their level.
Yeah, it'd be nice because then it's like, oh, we got 2 Marvel movies coming out this year and a DC movie. It's like, oh shit, we got 3 guaranteed awesome movies coming out if they start, listening to the fans and what they want. And,
us.
Yeah, it's us. Kevin Feige. Send our number over to Warner Brothers. They can have some of our good ideas too. Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I mean, I hope
Blue Beetle movie starring Bill Hader as the Blue Beetle. How crazy would that be? I don't know. That's just off the top of my head.
Shit made me cough.
Yeah. COVID. We'll come up with some good DC ideas. The Rock as Black Adam's a pretty clutch one. Someone beat us to that one.
Well, I want another Constantine movie. Do another one of those.
Yeah.
Do it.
Who would be your Constantine?
I mean, Keanu in my heart.
Keanu was great.
I'm trying to think of a blonde actor.
He doesn't have to be blonde, but I mean, I can't think of his hair.
But Dean from Supernatural could be interesting.
Yeah, he could be an interesting one for sure. And then maybe the guy who played I haven't watched the show, but I've seen a couple clips in there. But the guy who played Lucifer. Like, he looks like he might be a good...
He's just not blonde.
Yeah, just to bleach his hair. You could do that to anybody.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see that. I've seen a couple episodes of Lucifer. I don't know if I want to see that dude blonde. Although in the comic, Lucifer was blonde, so that's weird that he has black hair in the show.
Boom. Well, I mean, Black seems more evil, but anyway.
But
yeah.
he's not really evil. He's more of anti. He's trying to switch
Wait,
it up.
the devil? The devil is evil.
He's
I mean, traditionally,
he's more of like, maybe I'll try helping people out.
Jesus Christ. You're just making a case for the devil?
No. That's what it is in the comics.
Oh, in the comics. I'm just talking about.
In general?
In general, the devil is.
Well, if you think about it.
Oh my
for
God.
A second, he's kind of more like
devil's advocate over here. Boom shakalaka.
Kind of like Prometheus, right? I mean, a little bit. People.
Wait, like the Alien movie?
No, like Prometheus.
Oh, Prometheus who stole fire and gave it to the people?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, they were two little humans, dumb in the garden.
Yep.
He's like, hey, yo, he doesn't want you to be smart. You eat this, you start realizing things. You start noticing you're naked.
I thought you were talking about Prometheus. I'm like, that did not happen.
No.
Now you're talking about the devil.
Yeah, so it's kind of Prometheus case, maybe.
Okay, well, on that note, now that you've made the case for the devil being a good guy, I don't care. I mean, it's interesting television and interesting movies no matter what. But yeah, let us know what you think on Instagram, Twitter, or on the comments to this video. Which of these DC movies are you excited about? Which ones do you think are going to be awesome? Which ones do you think are going to tank? And what's the deal with Wonder Woman 1984? Like, what's going on with that one?
How's he going to die?
Yeah, how do you think Chris Pine's going to get murdered? He's going to get sent into space and become Captain Kirk. That's the end of it. But anyway, we hope you guys are excited. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click the little bell to get notifications. And, check out nerdswithfriendspodcast.com for all the information about us, our Twitter and Instagram, and all of our fine sponsors. Thank you, Christian.
And our tea.
Get some tea, for sure. Thank you, Christian.
Love it. Love being here.
Can't wait to see movies and stuff again with you in person.
God, I miss the theaters.
Yeah, me too. But to all the nerds out there, remember, you're not alone. You're with friends. This is Nerds with Friends. Thank you and good night.